Welcome to my workshop, my daft video on building the world's fastest radio control fan boat. In the past, when I built a boat, I just get some wood, cut it out at random and stick it together. And this is what I did a couple of years ago and kind of lost interest because it never really came out the right size. So I thought it's about time I upped my game. I ordered a 3D printer. While I was waiting for that to be delivered, I downloaded Fusion 360, watched some videos on YouTube, thanks to Lars Christensen, and tried to get a handle on working CAD. Once you start to get a handle on CAD, I've measured up my speed controller, batteries and other components that I've got lying about, just stuff out of old cars, and I measured up the fan and I sort of drew them in there. And now all I need is put a boat around them. So a little bit of time on YouTube and you soon find out the fastest radio controlled boats are all 3-point hydroplanes. So I have straight away in my head an idea of what it needs to look like. So I put a hull around to put all these bits in and mount the fan. Little lid to go over the top, rudder set goes left and right, front sponsons, stop it falling over, and then some rods to hold those in place. And so we've cut that up, sent it to the printer, printed it off, glued all the bits together, and put some paint over it. You kind of end up with something that looks remarkably similar to what it does on the screen. Let's get that all in the camera. It's not too bad a going really, is it? So the little hydroplane, see, pretty much just as it sees. The fan I put towards the front and mounted it as low as I can. And I did make a couple of small errors when I was designing this. The first one I can kind of mostly get around, I didn't really allow any space for wires inside, so it's all a little bit tight with the cabling going through. And the second is a slightly more serious issue. I haven't got any space for a GPS, so I'm not actually going to know how fast this goes anyway. But it's only really a prototype just to see if the concept actually works. So all I need to do now is take this to the lake and see what happens. We designed the lake. I know created it, but I've got like a sensible function. I don't know what. Do, check that out. Yeah, explosive. So that doesn't really work very well. This boat, unfortunately, as it's building the bow wave at the front, it's not going over the bow wave, it's sort of crashing through it and it's just slowing it down. Water's in the fan, slows the fan down, drops thrust, and it's just never going to get over it. So back to the drawing board. I think bigger sponsons will probably fix it, but I can take this opportunity to redesign it from scratch. I'm going to make it a bit longer, a bit bigger, bigger sponsons, much more space inside so I can put more things in it. Also what we tried is once we knew it wasn't going over the bow wave, I gave it a throw start, so it started skimming, planing, and initially I did a couple of throws with full throttle on the fan. And you can see there it sort of starts to take off and then it's just spinning around. I can't see why from the video it's spinning around, but it's obviously one side's catching more than the other. It just hooks all the way around. Maybe the rudder needs to be bigger, maybe I need some stabilisation in the airflow rather than just behind the fan. I don't know. So again, then a couple more tries after that. He's using half throttle. That's cool. Well, technically it's a boat, it's driven by a fan and it works. Yeah, I would say that technically you have You can see in the video that the whole hull is still in the water. It's not actually lifting right out. With a traditional 3-point hydro, the back of the boat's held up on the propeller to generate enough lift to actually hold the back out. Whereas I don't have that, so I literally put a wedge, not really knowing what to do. I just stuck a wedge on the back, so that's probably not enough either. So I need bigger sponsons, deeper sponsons, and a bit more of a ski perhaps on the back rather than just that little wedge to try and hold the back up. But in the meantime, I'll make it longer, give myself more internal space, do something with the rudder. I might put some kind of stabilisation on it as well. I haven't quite decided yet, but more to come. Whilst I'm planning the next fan hydro, I'm going to be printing out the car that I've already done, so there'll be a small fan car to test. That's kind of a pre-runner to doing the Thrust 2 model that I've been planning for some time now. So stay tuned.
The rudder's on the ground, dude.
I know.
Are you free?
Oh, the rudder's rubbish.
Wyatt. The top's not on well, is it?
Yeah.
You know, if you lose the rescue boat, we're screwed.